So the weather has been crazy here. But look at this. This little Mayor lemon, whatever you want to call it, had a little tiny lemon this year. Kids pulled it off a week or two ago. And it's bloomed several times through the crazy weather last year. And now it's fixing to bloom again. So I brought the carts, the garden carts out here, the little wagon and garden cart full of, subtropical-esque plants. And here's something very strange. 2 days ago, the weather for tonight was supposed to be 51 degrees. They changed it to, like last night, they said it was going to be like 43. This morning, they said 39. Just a few minutes ago, the new weather report said 48. It's, we know, I'm a Gen Xer, so I've had enough experience with weathermen to know that they're not always accurate. But how can they be this wrong so frequently? 39 to 51. What is it going to be? Is it going to be 20 degrees tonight, or is it going to be 85? I mean, you can just, it seems like they're just throwing mud onto the wall and seeing if it sticks. We've had just a couple of these little avocado flowers open so far, but it would really be nice if we got some warm sunny days when this guy was blooming and the other one I have, which is a little bit smaller, not quite ready to open the blooms yet. Hopefully we'll have some warm days so we get some bees and some activity, insects, whatever, to pollinate these guys and try to ensure that we'll have some avocados one more season in the pot. I see another flower there. But you see, there's no insects around these guys. Maybe ladybugs just holding on for dear life when it gets a little bit cold here. Actually, here's a few more. Yeah, we want to see some insect activity around these flowers, but obviously there's very low chance that these will pollinate themselves. But once that guy there starts opening up the flowers, then hopefully we'll get a few. I think, what did we get, 3 or 4 last year? It'd be nice to get like 7 or 10 this year, but it may not happen. I'd be happy with 3 or 4 this year and hope that we have these guys in the ground and that they could grow faster and hopefully survive our raised bed experiments and the little frost we have. I want to show you guys something interesting. So this wild pineapple has been just sitting in a bucket of water for like 6 months plus. Look at it. A lot of people do not like these. But they sure are resilient, right? That it hasn't rotted or anything. It's also looking like some of our walking irises finally decided to root in the ground where they laid their little things there. And I've tried to sort of just cut them off and root them, and they just didn't take. So maybe they just have to kind of do it on their own and then pull them up after they've rooted well. So, had to stop what we were doing abruptly, and I'm not on the lavalier mic anymore, so I don't know how well this will pick up, but got a call from Operation Catnip that one of our cats were in a completely different county. I guess one of our neighbors left, took her dogs, I guess, but she left all of her cats here, and I'm assuming the landlord, when they came in, they called animal control or some type of trapping service or pet nip or catnip and had them trap just random cats in that area. So they had the cat under anesthesia, fixing to perform surgery on him before they even seen that, you know, he had a microchip on him. So we tried, he disappeared like right during that storm we had a few days ago, I think on the 9th. I tried to get all of our cats inside, and they looked at me. I couldn't coax them in with food or anything. They looked at me like, what the heck, are you crazy? We know something's happening, you know, weather-wise or whatever. They got a sense of it, I guess. Barometric, atmospheric pressure or something. And they refused to come in. They were like, you know, I'd rather be outside, you know, in the open. So if a tornado or something sweeps around here, I'm not going to be stuck in a building, you know, while it collapses. So they all looked at me like, you're crazy. I'm staying out here. And you know, that's not normal, because you shake some food in front of them, they usually come running and they're ready to eat. But I got to go pick up a carrier and do all this stuff. We got our mole back, and he is in the food barrel. This is the barrel I keep cat food, dog food, and guinea pig food in. Of course, I got the dog food out right now. His eyes are glowing blue, and even though he's got black eyes, right? Hey, look who it is. Look who's home. Are you happy, Natalie?
It's Frankie.
His brother here was definitely acting like he was depressed. Like he knew something was going on. There he is. Maybe you can see his eyes without the... What are you doing? Huh? So he was under anesthesia, and they said it probably wouldn't wear off super fast. So they said he might not eat today, and he could get nauseated or groggy. But something just doesn't add up with the story we got there at Operation Catnip. And I'm not saying they've done anything or, you know, came up with a story, but I have a feeling somebody else brought them into them and had a story. Because here's the thing. He was like 35, 40 miles away from here. Less than 2 days. Cats travel, you know, 3 to 5 miles per day. So in the best case scenario, he would have been 10 miles. He could have made it 10 miles. He's never wandered off more than maybe like 5, 6, 7 blocks that we know of. Could someone have seen him on the road going to this other location? Maybe that's where they live. And they said, oh, there's a bad storm coming. Or, oh, this is a pretty cat. Let's see if we can coax him in our car. Maybe they realized he was fixed. Or possibly that he had a chip or something in him. And he was brought back, you know, probably 50 miles, you know, to this Operation Catnip, or maybe a little bit more. So he either really made it that far, you know, like somebody took him there for some nefarious purpose, or they just made the story up completely that he was found that far away and told, you know, the employees or whatever of Operation Catnip that. Here is another, what if this happened? What if what we suspected, that this landlord, after that lady was kicked out, trapped these cats, and they told them they were from this other place 35, 40 miles away, so that when they got them spayed or neutered, they would not bring them back to their location. That's what I'm going to think, because I highly suspect that the woman that was kicked out left her cats here. The landlord, you know, trapped them, and she did not want them back on the property. I mean, we can't prove that unless we find real information, or maybe find a trap or something there, or keep an eye on the property and see if anybody puts traps down, pulls traps out. That sounds like, you know, like they didn't want the cats around. But hey, the idea that that cat made its way to where he was supposedly found.
Blanca is crazy.
That's crazy. It's impossible for a cat to run, you know, that far. At least in the time allotted. There's no way. Well, it's about time to get this carrier back to its owner. So glad somebody would let me borrow it because, and yes, I know I say borrow. That's something that some southern people just say. Borrow. We know how to say it, but when it comes out of our mouth when we're talking, borrow. Anyway, I did not expect this garden vlog to come into like a cat rescue. So what do you think the surprise is? You've seen a cat carrier already, right?
Yeah. But that's not my surprise. It's just our cat carrier you bought, but it's not my surprise though.
What was the surprise? What do you think the surprise is at home?
I don't know.
Guess what?
What?
We got Mo back.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
What do you mean that's not a surprise? Somebody took him. It was like 40 miles away from here, supposedly. I don't believe that, but put your seatbelt on, boy.